Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Spirit Blossom Mastery and we'll be facing off against the Mastery Adventure from the Rogues of Runeterra campaign. It's been a while since I played the Spirit Blossom Mastery and I figured it would be a good time to play him since this adventure's power is the first time each player targets a single unit with a spell each round copied onto the same targets. Considering Spirit Blossom's Mastery relies a lot, game plan relies a lot on the playing buff spells on your own units, I figured it would be interesting to play him here. Now the problem is we need to draft buff spells, but we should be able to get some good ones with thanks to the Z-Drive prototype giving us 2 extra rerolls. I have the secret technique, so our buffs are better, and then Chemtech duplicator just in case I ever do play Spirit Blossom Mastery. Most of the time you just end up winning without playing him. Radiant Strike. 1 mana +2/+2 and draw 2 champions. Is it worth it? It is certainly better than the other options. And you know what? Since my power animates spells, meaning it summons ephemeral units, I think we can level up Lucian relatively easy. Yeah, this is probably going to be good. In addition to that, the Masi has access to buff spells by default, so it should be fine as with that as well. Lethality, boarding party, Beetle Dust, Sprinkle. I don't want any of these. Communal mana flow, slow but steady, enfeebling strike. There are some slow buff spells, but communal mana flow might be overall better, because we have to remember we get an insane turn once we do get to play Spirit Blossom Mastery, and in addition to that, the more mana we have, the more spells we can play. Yeah, I think we benefit more from the extra mana than the opponents do. Filter Rush, no. None of these are that great. Guess the Fleet Threader Tracker is the best choice. At the very least it's better than just not, or than the other choices. And we can save our rerolls for later. Like here. Elixir of Wrath is nice, but I think we want better spells. Or at least ones that buff our health as well. So our units... But then again, aggressively statted units are nice to close out games quicker. Sure, let's pick up the Elixir of Wrath. Iceborne Legacy. You know what? That's worth it because it also works on the animated spells. Elixir of Iron, no. Let's reroll this. Sacrificial Scholar is interesting. Not sure. It gives us more copies of our spells, which we need. None of these are that great. Icathian Myths. No. Let's roll. I would really like Spirit Blossom's Mastery's Champion spell. None of these. All out, Fresh Offerings, Go Hard. We can duplicate the Go Hard. All out is also cool though. Let's pick up the Go Hard. None of these. Bark Beast, C3 of Cloudfield, Stirred Spirits. We need the units, we can't rely just on spells, unfortunately. Let's pick up the Cithria, then we save our last 2 rerolls here for these last spells. Shaped stone, inner beast. Let's pick up the inner beast. It gives us more spells. Let's reroll here. Ooh, Sky Splitter is actually great. Okay, we didn't get Spirit Blossom's Mastery's champion spell like I wanted, but we have a very... I'm quite pleased with the draft we got here. I would like something like sorceries or spellcasts, so we can cast more spells per turn. But overall, we should be alright with this because of the extra mana flow from the communal mana flow. Let's just toss the Spirit Blossom Mastery, keep everything else. Ooh. What do I want to use the Iceborne Legacy on? We actually have a pretty good first turn here. We can go Fleet Feather Tracker, Lucian into Elixir of Wrath. We'll pull here. This will give 6 to a unit. The opponent doesn't have any remaining mana, so I can probably just do this right now. Really force the opponent to answer both of the attacks. Alright, we do get extra mana every time we cast a spell, right? It's... What's the power? When you play a spell targeting only allies animated, yeah, but each round the first time you play a spell refill 1 spell mana. Ooh, 1 spell mana. It's better than nothing. What do I want here? I can go double 1 Golden Herald and that's kind of enough to block the opponent's entire board. Let's drop down the Emperor's Guard though. We draw a card. Gives us a bit more flexibility. Let's do Radiant Strike here. We draw 2. Draw 3 actually. Can Relentless Pursuit. Do I need to though? Not really. Feels kind of a waste, but we don't really need the extra value this game, so let's just drop down the Sacrificial Scholar so we have some extra blockers for this turn. We'll level up the Lucian. The opponent's entire board is softened up, so we can just do this, force the opponent to answer, and then next turn we attack with some animated spells. I can actually go Sacrificial Scholar into Iceborne Legacy, and then I get more Iceborne Legacies. It's going to be great. Commander Letters, I guess. Grandfather Rommel, I guess. And this is too much value. Too many cards in hand. But at least they're cheap. Anyway, let's force an attack here. If the opponent wants to block, I'll get the rally off. Even if he doesn't block, I get the rally off from the Blade Master's Phantom. But the opponent managed to keep 2 units alive. It's unfortunate. That's enough to protect him. Guess I'll have to wait for the next turn in order to actually kill him. Ooh. There goes my board. Can do Spirit Blossom Mastery. can actually do Lucian Spirit Blossom Mastery, but the opponent's going to attack me before I play Lucian, unfortunately. So I might as well do this.
Each strike spells a new legacy.
No way the opponent can survive this. I'm going to clutter up my hand immensely. But if I kill the opponent, it doesn't matter.
You're all tied up.
Yeah, the Iceborne Legacy with the Blade Master's Phantom is some very good synergy.
Our opponent was worthy, but inferior.
I don't remember exactly what these adventures encounters are, so I'm going into it mostly blind. Repost is this, and there goes my last reroll. Let's go for the healer. Try to cut some bad cards from the deck. We do have some that I would rather do without. Let's toss the Fleet Feather Tracker, we don't need it in our opening hand. We'll draw it naturally. Keep all the buff spells. We always draw a unit here, so we're incentivized to just toss the buff spells. Damn, really? You're dealing 6. I can save the Fleet Feather Tracker, unfortunately. Well, at least I can drop down the Lucian and then do this. Sort of force the opponent to take a bunch of damage here. Ooh. Sky Splitter is exactly what I wanted. The opponent's going to attack with that. Or he tries to remove my Lucian. And I can do this and develop a board alongside the Lucian. Oh, a little bit of longevity, that's nice. You know what, the opponent's out of mana, so let's just do this. And we make it so next turn we can just attack with our units. And the opponent has to choose what he blocks here, or what he removes. And just the Blade Master's Phantom +1 Cosmic Youngling is enough. Yeah, even if he kills the Lucian, he dies. That's all I care about. That was a very quick game. The opponent decided he really hated that Fleet Feather Tracker, so he wasted 2 spells to kill it. That was definitely one of the reasons he lost there. Heroic Refrain. I'm going to pick up the Senna just because I think I have too many spells that give me units. I don't need more stuff with Iceborne Legacy. You know what, let's get to go hard. Unfortunately, I'd rather use spells on my own units than on my opponents. So even though go hard is actually pretty good, it's just not synergistic with our deck. I'm definitely keeping the Lucian. Lucian is doing a lot more than Spirit Blossom Mastery, let's be honest. To be fair, I only got a chance to play Spirit Blossom Mastery once. Let's do our normal start, just force the opponent to respond to our attack. Really? I guess he doesn't want to get rid of the Blade Twirler. Fortunately, we got lucky and hit a Crumbling Sand, so we can just Crumbling Sands that thing. Let's do Radiant Strike, Crumbling Sands actually. It's a little bit more efficient. This goes up to a 8. I still think this is the correct choice, because the opponent's unit going up to 8 is scarier than the 9, because the 9 can just be jump block, the 8 has overwhelm. So I can't just throw something on in front of it and be fine. Don't really need Lucian to attack, we just need him to be around to witness the death of units. Can Sky Splitter. What do I do here? Inner Beast gives me too many units. Let's do Sky Splitter. Just so I have more stuff to attack with. And let's attack. Can I kill that thing? I can. It is going to cost me a little bit though. But we do discard 2 of the opponent's cards.
I'll sleep when they're dead.
Might be able to kill the opponent this turn actually. Let's do Relentless Pursuit. We get an attack token. We get a Blade Master's Phantom here. That Blade Master's Phantom is going to die, triggering the Lucian. And then we get to attack again. Perfect. Okay. Value is definitely not a concern. Now all we need is stuff that makes our cards cheaper so we can play more of them. Indestructible is decent. I think we have no other choice but to take that. What shop should I choose? Let's go for the bottom one. They're both the same basically. Whoosh. For once I'm not going to pick up a power. I'm not going to pick up anything, to be honest. All of the cards in the shop just generate more cards, and I don't need that. I don't need it. Let's get the indestructible. Deathless is good, but we can just buff the units if we want to protect out of range. Toss the Spirit Blossom Mastery. Guess I'll keep C3 of Cloudfield. I think Thena is next on the chopping block. Unfortunately, I don't like her as much as I like some of my other units. Let's see what the opponent does, if he plays the Darkness right away or not. Oh, I didn't even check the opponent's power. The first time the foe plays a unit, it's round, it plays Darkness randomly on one of the player's allies or their nexus. That's frightening. I might be able to bait the opponent into blocking with Veigar. That would be perfect. That's what I wanted to see. Great. Getting rid of Veigar right away is the best case scenario. Now, unfortunately, Lucian is going to die here. Yeah, I can't Iceborne Legacy in response. Let's just do Emperor's Guard then. We'll block this unit. This is going to generate a pretty sizable blocker here. Ooh, mana refill on strike on the Emperor's Guard. That's very good for our deck. So far so good. We are holding out against the opponent. Eventually we'll be able to drop down the Spirit Blossom Mastery. That's going to be good. just develop some units onto the board. 6 damage. This goes up to 7 if I use the Radiant Strike, so let's do it. Right, we're getting double the stats from our spells. Completely forgot about that part. Still good, though. Really. 4. Well, I guess Lucian dies. The opponent doesn't want Lucian to stick around.
New recruit reporting in.
And honestly, that's fine by me. What? Let's do Iceborne Legacy. I was considering doubling up on it by waiting until the next turn, but it's just not worth it. We're going to try and kill the opponent as fast as possible so they don't ramp up the Darkness's damage. So this is the correct choice. Next turn we'll level up the Mastery by playing him. Getting rid of my Emperor's Guard. Fine. Yeah, let's just level up the Mastery. Maybe we kill the opponent here by overwhelming him with the Blade Master's Phantoms. Might not have any answers to this. Okay. Yeah, I mean, even if he had answers, the Blade Master's Phantoms got Spell Shield randomly, so it would have been a extreme problem for the opponent to deal with them with spells. Iceborne Gauntlet, Entrancing Lures, Skirmisher's Saber. You know what? Skirmisher's Saber is pretty decent. Let's give that to the Lucian. Unfortunately, Spirit Blossom Mastery is just here along for the ride. Ooh. That's great. We have some rather expensive cards in our deck. Mainly Spirit Blossom Mastery and the Iceborne Legacy. Being able to play them a bit earlier is going to, or for cheaper, is going to be nice. No Lucian here at the start. That's unfortunate, as that kind of messes up my plans. I'm still doing this. Let's just Elixir of Wrath. It's overkill just for a 3-6, but if I manage to keep the control of the board now, I might be unable to lose it at all. It's fine. We'll answer with a Senna.
I'm what nightmares fear.
That's bad. Going to Crumbling Sands, the larger unit. It's overkill though. Opponent attacks, he gets that thing.
Whoa! Hey!
You know what? I'm fine with that. We're just taking 5 damage here. We can heal it back with the Senna. We now have Lucian in hand finally.
Push back the darkness.
And the opponent immediately goes for a kill on the Lucian. That's inconsiderate of you, opponent.
Making the dead dead.
Let's do Senna, and I'm going to Iceborne Legacy the Senna.
Enunciate, my boy. Enunciate.
These are too many cards. Definitely dropping down this card Mother of Ruin for free.
Missed a chance to run.
See what the opponent does here. Takes the 8. Golden surely is dying.
I'll write my own story.
We're almost at 3 mana Spirit Blossom Masteries. Just realized the Down engage makes it so our Titanic units become easier to play. Damn, that's a very good pickup.
Sentinels of light don't fear the dark.
I want to save mana for the repose, so we'll play around that.
So shiny, it's gotta be way strong.
That's fine. We're going to get a blocker from the repose, so I'm not too worried about not protecting that unit. The correct choice here is probably attack,
My gun does the
then mastery. Okay, the opponent just chose to take it. To be fair, he had two very large overwhelm units coming his way. I don't know how he was going to survive that. He had no way to do so, probably. Thieves' Gloves on the Iceborne Legacy. You know what? Let's go gambling. We're doing very well in this adventure, so might as well make things interesting. Senna actually pulled through this encounter. So do I want to get rid of her? Maybe. Yeah, it's fine. Let's get rid of the Senna. What's the worst that can happen? I just don't draw any of our other units, so I can't really play any spells because I can target units with them. What's the chances of that happening? Very low, I'd say. Smooth Soloist, Champion Item Chest. Fury of the North. I'm very tempted to pick this up, but no. Let's move on. Let's go for the Smooth Soloist encounter, get an additional power. Enfeebling Strike is going to be nice with all of the ephemerals we're throwing at the opponent. At the very least we'll be able to use them for something else besides just dealing damage to their units. Now they also act as debuffs. A little bit of a misordering, but it's fine. Let's just do this. We can kill here. Oh, we can actually kill here. We generated a unit, right? That works for the Fleet Feather Tracker's effect. Iceborne Legacy is going to get removal for dilution, most likely. What do I want to do? Let's do Sacrificial Scholar, Iceborne Legacy. Really, the opponent's doing nothing. That's a very interesting decision. Just buff up our Sacrificial Scholars and the Blade Phantom by a bunch. There goes our massive unit, but I don't really care. I already have enough massive units as is. And Sacrificial Scholar, or buff up the Sacrificial Scholar yet again. Get a bunch of copies of our Iceborne Legacy. And here I'll actually do this. This levels up dilution and also procs the rally effect.
I'm ready for my close-up. Do you like what you see? Something to reflect upon.
We might be able to close out the game here because of that.
I'll sleep when they're dead.
We also have the Relentless Pursuit, so we can go for one last additional attack.
Like what you see.
Never mind, the opponent's using removal. Ooh, it was not enough. Ooh, 0 mana Lucian though. And never mind, we actually do have enough to play the second Relentless Pursuit because it got discounted. Oh, and since this is a different Lucian, it actually gets to proc its effect again. So the opponent actually helped me. Riposte, Waking Suns, Thermogenic Beam. Another riposte's nice. Smooth Soloist. Easy Prey, hold them off. Righteous Indignation. Reduce the cost of your highest cost card in hand by 1. 2 random husks. Frostbite. You know what? Let's go for the stall option. It seems pretty decent. Do I want to cut any cards from my deck? We have 27 cards in the deck. I think we're fine in terms of the amount of cards. Maybe if I wanted to be consistent, I would cut the Inner Beast. Let's do it. I really like the discard 2 cards from the opponent's hand. I think that's fun. But let's make this a 25 card deck and just crush our opponent with consistency. So very good first turn. Oh, we got a yoink. Let's do Fleet Feather Tracker. We'll drop down the Lucian right after. Can we kill the opponent's mastery? That is a maybe. This gives +4/+4. It's not enough. But we can debuff the opponent's mastery by quite a lot actually. So it doesn't become that big of a threat. Even if he starts getting attack from the flow. Let's yank the opponent. I'll take that Twins Disciplines, thank you. I can make better use of it than you can, for sure. Iceborne Legacy. Stun an enemy. Sure, I'll let that go through. Let's do... This is going to flood my hand, but it's okay. I want to gamble on the chance that I get multiple copies of it in my hand. Actually, I can't because the opponent or the cards that I get they're added to my hand before the attack goes through, or before the effect from the item goes through, so we don't get to benefit from the doubling dice. Let's do Savage Reckoner. Giving the Overwhelm unit double attack is going to be nice. Or not, because the opponent's stunning and recalling my Lucian. You know what? I'll take it. You just signed your own death sentence by stunning and recalling the Lucian. Let's do Elixir of Wrath here. Let's double attack like so. And even if this wasn't enough damage, we would have been able to go for a second attack thanks to Lucian's effect. That was nice. We got very lucky with that draft. They definitely increased the quality and consistency of the good cards you are offered. But you still get some very bad runs, as we've seen so far. But I'm quite pleased. So yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.